Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of the Channeled Messages with the Council of Light. I am your host, Laura West. I am a Reiki Master Teacher, I am a channel for the divine, I am a psychic medium, and I'm also an herbalist. And I offer you sessions and classes from right here in my Cambridge office. I offer Reiki sessions and Reiki classes. I offer psychic and spiritual development classes and some psychic and spiritual insight sessions. I call them spiritual intuitive sessions. And I also offer some herbalism resources through the use of essential oils. You can find all of my resources on my website at divinelotushealing.com. And I also offer a mix of in-office and online sessions. Before we get to today's channeled message with the Council of Light, I just want to give you some updates on some upcoming events and classes. July 20th is the Psychic and Spiritual Development class. That's right here in the office. You can go ahead and sign up for that. There's still spots. And then the rest of July is a little bit loose with events and classes and such. I will be on vacation, so check my socials. I will be posting some of the highlights of my fun trips here and there. I've got a family lake house trip coming up, and then I've got a Buddhism retreat that I will be on, so there's that. And then the next Self-Reiki class, which will be online, is not till August, but I want to put that on your radar because there's still time to register for that. Okay, let's get to it. Today's Council of Light channeled message is going to come through my voice box. I'll close my eyes. I will still be awake and alert and cognizant of everything that's going on around me. I just close my eyes to help me get into the centeredness and the flow and the zen of the connection with them. And I will come back and see you all on the backside. All right, here we go. Greetings to you all, you bright, blessed beings there on that earth plane. We are here to talk to you once again about the light that runs and courses and structures itself through your life. Each of you is a sacred, divine being. Each of you has an energy imprint that is unique, like a snowflake. No two of you are the same. You are all individual. You have energy of compatibility, and you have energy of connection, and you have energy of likability with many, 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 many humans on that earth plane. There are several, as you well know, that you understand are a complete no for you, and you don't have any connection whatsoever. There is either a neutrality or an actual no. This is not okay. This is not meant for me. This energy is discordant or unlikable or sufficiently sandpapery that I don't need to be involved in it. But there is also energy of subtlety, of positivity that runs through your lives. The energy of subtlety, of positivity, is something that you don't talk about very often in your societies. There are magnetizations that occur between people when you connect, when you meet, when you become friends, when you socialize. And some of you go on to be in relationships with each other, whether they're friendships that are long and lasting with deep bonds, or whether they are romantic relationships, and you end up becoming coupled as partners in duality of sorts. The kind of energy that we are discussing here is the other kind of energy that you don't discuss as a society, as on the whole, yet you feel it under the surface of your beings and you don't acknowledge it as being true. And that is the energy of magnetization and likability with others in a cohabitable, cohesive, and precise, positive way, even when you are coupled with somebody else, or you are in deep friendship relationship and your cup is full and you are served with the course of your lives as it moves forward. There is opportunity for you to be in a relationship of likability with many people at the same time and yet not act upon it. You are a flower with many petals that have blossomed and they are tracking the sun. And each petal is a relationship opportunity to connect, to be in source harmony, to be in awareness or the zone of arena with somebody else. Some of you might understand, oh, that person is amazing. Oh, that person is very good at their job. Oh, I like how that person is coiffed. Oh, that person is very attractive. Oh, I like how that person speaks to their child in public. Oh, I like how that person meets all their deadlines. Oh, I like how that person has a source of organizational systems in place for themselves. So as they are moving through their day, they don't seem so overwhelmed. And you run this through your background or through your subconscious or through the lower consciousness of your everyday lives. And that is an attractability. That is a magnetization towards that other human being. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romanticized magnetization. It can simply be a cohabitable ability to be in relationship on some level. And if it were to blossom and develop, it would be a relationship of deep compatibility of friendship, or if you were unattached, if you were somebody in a relationship, it would be a relationship with this person of potential partnership and matehood. It's okay. You all have these abilities to notice and wonder and appreciate the joys and the positivities and the gifts of the people around you and the circles that run through you and the opportunities that continually unfold. Because as you yourself are going through your day and you are navigating your best potential, and you are putting every foot forward day after day, moment after moment, time after time, and you are continually striving, moving forward on your continuum, growing and harmonizing with yourself, you are emanating that frequency out around you, and like attracts like. The same quality, the same vibrational entity, the same structure of personhood becomes part of your arena in a way that the universe says, right back at you, babe. And you are able to notice, you are able to vibe, you are able to appreciate the sophistication and the fluidity and the tenor and the natural, wonderful comfortability of those around you when they are in harmony with you. Now, it's okay for you to find desire. It's okay for you to find attraction. It's okay for you to find eagerness or curiosity or wonderment or joy in others, even if you are somebody who is on a path of singularity, or you are dedicated to celibacy, or you are in a relationship of coupledom with others. And it doesn't mean that you are breaking any vows. It doesn't mean that you are necessarily cheating on the relationship that you are connected to in the first place. And this is because there are so many compatible souls in the universe, earthbound and other, although that's a different topic that we'll get to another time, that you are noticing potentially that there are many, many, many opportunities to connect with others in a like way. You place a lot of importance on singular, lasting coupledom in your monogamous relationships there on that earth plane, and in other parts of the universe, in other solar systems and galaxies, with other consciousnesses, they don't have as much of a singularity exclusivity. They have an understanding of shared opportunity, energetic emanation that comes out of them like a frequency and connects to many other entities at the same time, or in complete succinct succession, one after the other, not in a rotating way or a revolving doorway, but in an always opportunity to connect with new way. And they don't see your human singularity of 1v1 attention over the course of, say, a 50-year marriage to somebody else as healthy. They think it's quite bizarre, actually, when you have so much energy vibrational frequency that's harmonizing and buzzing and rotating at a level that connects with so many others in your arena, that pops off and makes sparks and threads lines of energetic connection to other people naturally. They take advantage of that. They cohabitate. They become enmeshed in relationship. They double down on friendship. They make concerted connection efforts so that they feel that emotional heart and solar plexus energy cord connection space merging together. Now, we are sharing all of this with you because we want to acknowledge that for many, many of you on that earth plane, throughout the course of your lifetimes, you feel a vibrational match with other people that is so clear, so sophisticated, so succinct. It's like a jigsaw puzzle that just could fit naturally together. And yet you deny the opportunity, or you deny the existence of that reality or that truth. And you don't do anything to acknowledge that it is present. You turn a blind eye, you walk away, you pretend it doesn't exist. And when you do that, you actually are dampening your emotional frequency. You are dampening the authentic power and control of your solar plexus center by not allowing it to vibrate freely. If you were to acknowledge that you have connection with so many, many, many others in such a cohabitational kind of succinct way in your life all at the same time, what should you do about it? Well, we don't mean to suggest that you should become partnered with many people all at the same time and suddenly have multiple relationships with multiple romantic partners. That is not something that your society says is cohesive, shall we say, if you are in already established singularity relationships of marriage or long-term relationship, etc., etc. The thing to do here is to look introspectively inward at your vibrational frequency, and you can begin to appreciate that you are harmonized within yourself, in your own sphere and your own bubble and your own arena, to a completeness that is a match for so many others. And you can say with gratitude, thank you to my vibration, thank you to my harmony, thank you to my alignment, to my sophistication, to my awareness of my own vibrational purity, clarity, strength, etc., that allows me to be in harmony with all those around me. The source of frequency in our universe is loving kindness, metta, the loving kindness for self that then gets turned around and channeled out to everyone around you, and the metta gets reflected back. And so you can go through your lives knowing that you are always in relationship, always connected with a glove fit source of perfect harmony with everyone around you that is a yes in your lives. We don't include the clear no's or the discordant, disharmonious energy. That is entirely different, and we will talk about that in another channeled message capacity to you at another time. We talk only of the exclusivity of the positivity and the vibrational matches. You have more matches with more people all at the same time than you give yourselves credit for. And if you were to awaken your consciousness to the understanding that these folks are vibrationally matched in all these great subtle ways, they're yeses for you, they bring you joy, they're lovely to chat with in conversation, they share a meal with you, they're great colleagues or admiring other social network arena people in your lives, or just daily touchstones. It could be a grocery store clerk or a service provider that you see several times a week that's just very friendly and you have a nice rapport. It could be another parent in your environment that you're navigating with and you're noticing that they parent their children the same way you parent yours. Or it could be a colleague who always works diligently and focused to the best of their abilities in the same way that you do your work in your way. It doesn't necessarily have to be that they are the secret love of your life or that they are the long lost best friend that you have always been searching for. It's just a nice fit. You see what we're saying? So start paying attention to your vibration of your own clarity and your own consciousness and your own alignment and your own purity. And start giving thanks when you notice that that vibration is emanating out around you to those whom it touches, and it reflects itself back in those people as they get introduced into your life and they have opportunity to blossom in their own way. It's like a feeding, unconsciously or subconsciously. You are your best zone of optimal development, and you give that energy off as like an off-gassing, And the people who are also practicing in their zone of optimal development become attracted to that in a subconscious way. And you become enmeshed and linked and harmonized. And it's a wonderful thing. You don't ever have to act upon it or do anything about it or say it out loud or note it to the other people. You can just appreciate it and keep it in your own heart chamber. And you can have an awareness of your own alignment and your own harmony and your own source of knowledge, of succinctness, of clarity and purity for yourself. And you can begin to develop your own harmony and your own inner core and your own alignment even more precisely as you grow on your continuum of your lifetimes of your learning, so that you are always moving forward and striving for your best and your most and your purest form of you in this existence. How do you do so? Well, you have a clear mind. You do things like mantra, prayer, movement, regular exercise. You eat clean, nutritious, nutrient-dense foods. You intake healthy liquid for your body to become sustained. You work on always having all your cellular structure operating at the highest and purest form that it can operate at. You clear your mental stress. You clear your mental clutter so that your mind is free and has pockets of space for creativity and ahas and awareness. You get rest. You pause from the day-to-day hustle and bustle and busyness. And you give yourself space to consciously breathe. You provide yourself with opportunity to have joyful moments in your lives and spontaneity. And you appreciate the beauty and the wonder and the sensuality and the color and the sensation and the scent and the texture and the food that is all around you all the time. And as you do that more and more and more through all of your routines, through all of your spiritual and sacred practices, through all of your diligence, through all of your intake of your vitamins, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, you become vibrationally more sophisticated. You become vibrationally more precise. You become vibrationally more clear, and you attract in and harmonize with those who are doing the same in their lives around you. They just naturally find you. It's like polarized quarks that come shooting towards each other from the universe, just zinging in, ping, 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 all connected together in a vibrating mass of positivity that continues to grow. And might we say that as you do this on a singular journey with those around you in your inner circle, your connectedness on a daily basis with those in your lives, the more of you who take conscious stock of what we are talking about here today, the more it becomes a consciousness vibration that is held on the earth plane. And it begins to balance out the heaviness, the denseness, the discordance, the suffering, the sorrow, the terror, the trauma that also has space on that earth plane. It's like a yin and a yang. It's like a light and a dark, a sun and a moon. It always has both, to be able to be equally harmonized so that you can sense and see and know one versus the other. And yet, many of you have been hyper-focused for the last several years, as we have talked about in many of our past channeled messages, the negativity, the health crises, the stress of your lives, the physical degradation of your bodies, etc., etc. And we've couched and counseled and coached many times on how to move forward and come out of that. And a lot of you who listen to our messages have come out on the other side clean of that. And so now we bring to you this awareness of the connection of precise alignment and harmony with many others in your lives that you don't give yourselves the freedom to recognize. And if you start doing so, your lives will be that much more whole, that much more enriched, that much more complete, that much more embodied, that much more joyful. When you know you are living your daily life and you are moving through each of your routines, going to the drugstore, dropping off the kids at school, running the errands, doing the work, doing the exercise, cooking the meals, and you have these positivity interactions with the folks who are regularly showing up in your lives that feel right, that feel connected, that feel sacred, that feel safe, that feel centered, that feel joyful, then you create that vibration for the rest of the world who cannot take that energy for themselves or manifest that energy for themselves because it is repressed for them. It's as if you are giving out free baskets of joy, just automatically as you're walking down the street. And anybody who comes in contact with you gets a little bit of that puff of energy, a little twinkle, a little sparkle as it comes from you naturally and wafts into their energy frequencies. And so you have the opportunity to continue to harmonize and to continue to alchemize and continue to grow that network, grow that positivity, grow that harmony with others. And it, like we said in the beginning, it doesn't have to be that you proclaim, "You are now my best friend," or "You are now my third lover." It's not like that. It's just a succinctness, a blending, an integration with all those around you, because you yourself are in harmony with yourself in a succinct way. So, dear ones, we invite you to begin to really focus on this as a concept over the next days, weeks, months, years. Come back to this awareness. Mull this over in your mind, and also know and trust that when you feel someone is a yes vibration in your life, yes, they are a good coworker that is a good match for me. Yes, they are a good friend that is developing and budding and growing. Yes, they could potentially be a good partner or life mate, even though I already have one and I will not develop this with them. Trust that is a truth for you. Trust that it is always growing bigger and wider and broader. Trust that you can always be in that harmonious relationship with all of the consciousness on the earth plane. And you will ride that wave. You will grow that wave. You will come into harmony with that wave of the one, the all, the ever connected. And you will begin to operate from an aligned space of connection at all times by having this understanding in this cerebral way of the information that we have just told you. We are giving this information to you in a cerebral way today that is very technical and thought form based. So you will do a lot of thinking about this as we talk to you. And after we have concluded, you will do a lot of thinking. Who are those people in my life? Have they arrived yet? Were they in my past? Are there more to come? Yes. Yes, and yes. The answer is always yes. But then you can begin to notice from that heart-centered connection space, that joyfulness, that yes alchemy, that aligned connection that you feel. And you might begin to wonder, am I making it up? Is this really this harmonized? Could this really be a truth? Yes. Trust it as yes. You always know the yeses of your lives. Move with the yeses of your lives. You don't necessarily need to act upon them and become best friends or become secret lovers, but just know that it is a yes that is in your vibrational field and you can hold it. You can hold it. And then that operates with a yes vibration that twinkles through your vibration. And what does that do? It opens more yes vibration to other doors, to other aspects of your lives. Yes to better health. Yes to better sleep. Yes to more aligned frequency of work. Yes to better relationship enrichment. Yes to better fulfilled dreams and to actualized goals. Yes upon yes upon yes upon yes. The yeses continue to grow because they harmonize and they alchemize and they align over and over and over. And what you focus on becomes your frequency. You know this. What you think, what you believe, what you do on a micro level, moment by moment, day after day, is the experience of your grand, big picture of your life. And so we invite you to focus on the positivity of connection. We invite you to focus on the attractiveness of all the other glorious souls there on that earth plane. Admire, take note, appreciate, Give thanks that they are in your arena. Give thanks that you are of the same vibrational match. And if you're listening to our words here today and you don't feel like you're there yet, it's okay. It will start to come. Perhaps you take a walk and you feel vibrationally harmonized with nature. That's a yes. And that will be a small step towards creating a cultivated yes frequency that runs all the way through your life every day, all the time. It always starts with small actions. And the more small actions you do over time, pick one and start. Change your diet, change your sleep habits. Be diligent about your meditative, spiritual prayer practices or your body movement practices, or change one thing about your food practices that aligns more healthfully in your frequency. And the yeses will start to abound. They will snowball upon each other, yes after yes after yes. And the connections with others will grow and grow and grow and grow, and you will become harmonized and vibing in a frequency of aligned action and source-centeredness all the time. It just will naturally occur. And so we leave you now with these words of great wonderment and positivity and joy. And we thank the woman whose voice box we have been coming through for all this time. She is diligent. She shows up. She lets us be the yes that runs through her life. And we are so grateful that there is a cohabitation relationship between her and us. And we will look forward to bringing you more information in the next channeled message that we are to bring through your awareness and your frequency the next time we are to speak to you. We are the Council of Light. We wrap you in a golden blanket of light to nourish you and sustain you and hold you ever so tight until we are to see you again. Namaste. Goodbye for now and adieu. Whew. Wow. Okay, friends, that was a lot in a good way. So it reminds me about my own personal journey through this lifetime. And in the month prior to this, I experienced a birthday, and I am in a decade that is on the back end of it, approaching a big seminal moment in about 3 years. And I feel so aligned. I feel so centered and so alchemized in what they're saying. I always strive every day to take the tiny micro actions of joyfulness and harmonization and positivity. I eat right for my body type. I get enough sleep. I use the right supplements. I give myself the intense nutrients that my body needs to thrive. I try my best to be in right relationship with those around me. I try my best to be joyful. And when there is not joy, I try my best to allow it to be present as the not joy, live it embodied fully, and then let it go so that I can get it over and done with. I don't have to wallow in it. And as a result, here I am, connected to so many people and loving what I do for work and in great, satisfying relationships with those around me. I've got great friends, I've got great loved ones, I've got great colleagues, I've got great coworkers, I've got great relationships with the community around me as I raise a family and I do all of the different kinds of work that I do. I don't mean to sound so idealistic about life, but it really is this wonderful experience that I'm living. And it is not lost on me that I get to turn around and share this with you. It is not lost on me that I get to have experiences with you in class participation or through these channeled messages or through the sessions that we work on together, that I get to support you and witness for you and open doors so that you can walk through your portals and come to your awarenesses. I am a healer and I am an educator. And yet I don't heal you and I don't teach you. You do that yourselves. I stand with you. I cohabitate with you. And I open the vessel. And you come to your actualizations and your realizations and your ahas in our shared presence together. And I am so grateful. Thank you so much for walking this journey with me. Thank you so much for opening to your own potentials. Thank you so much for being the best you can be. And I hope that you continue to have blessings upon blessings upon blessings for years to come, for decades to come, so you can live the most satisfied, the most enriched, the most contented life possible, so that on the back end, when you're 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120 years old, you say, I did it. I am fulfilled. I have lived a good life. I have tried my best. I have lived enriched experiences. I don't regret a thing. I didn't miss out. I said yes to all my opportunities and all my relationships, and I did it with grace to the best of my abilities. I'll leave it there, my friends. Many blessings.